Hello, what's up? I know it looks like a silent day, but let me show you. It's actually snowing outside. Go check it out.
Look at that. Amazing. Amazing that people are already grabbing some snowballs.
So, in today's story time video, I'm going to be talking about when numbers act like leaders. Yep, normally I put that kind of title for when I do a drama video. But for this story time video, I'm going to be talking about when numbers look like leaders. And in that kind of sense, I am talking about like a leader that, they can put new regulations or they can bring back some regulations that one time they had lifted. And sometimes they can even be dictators, just putting new rules every other week. But in that kind of aspect, I'm going to be talking about how numbers look like leaders. So this includes a bit of what I have done yesterday at the end of the day. So yesterday, me and my mom had watched the movie The Vampire's Assistant. And when we started watching the movie, it was just a bit too quiet. We didn't really hear what was going on. And so I grabbed the remote and I turned the volume up to 23. 1 month ago, December 17th, 2020, I had put the video when the volume has to be an odd number. Well, it doesn't even regard any of that. But when it comes to having to turn the volume down to 20, then that's what makes me think, really? Because sometimes a multiple of 10 can make me think that the number is more like a leader. And yeah, that's pretty much like assuming that I am with 8 friends and while we were watching a car race on sports TV, one of them turns the volume up to 50. But yeah, there are times that it's better to have the volume on 20 than at 23. For example, if the introduction of a movie has rock music and that's what became a bit too loud after some point, which the introduction lasted about 4 minutes and it was rock music. And so 20 was the better volume to have during that part. And then as soon as the introduction ended, it went on to the first scene, which was at home. And there's this kid named Darren, and his parents were getting angry at him about having a secret best friend because they believed that he was a vampire. And so after the first minute of the end of the introduction, I felt better to turn the volume up to 23 because like everything just calmed down right after that, and it was just not too disturbing, really, the sound. And after halfway into the movie, there was this part that a spider came into a school, not like a regular spider, a spider that Darren looked at it as a female vampire, which is what it was. But suddenly it did turn into a spider, while at the scene that there was a show, a magic show going on. And then at the scene that the spider was attacking Steve, that's when it got more tense. And so it came to a point that we had to turn the volume down. But this time we turned it down to 19. And I'm like, at least better than 20. And it's not like I have a prejudice against multiples of 10. In fact, those are good numbers too. I like those numbers. The only thing is just that when someone sets the volume to multiples of 10, they just rule my sense of humor like a leader. And yeah, there's quite a big difference in comparison to when I talk about having bad luck with those numbers, which in plenty of countries, people do have bad luck with certain numbers. Like, for example, in the United States, Mexico, and other Western countries, quite a lot of people don't like 13 because of Knights Templar, which was an event on October 13th, 1307, which was on a Friday of the old Julian calendar. Some people in Asia, like China, they don't like number 4 because it significantly does mean death. And also in Italy, people like the number 13. They just find it so lucky for some reason. Instead, they don't like 17. Even though I'm not Italian, I like the number 13. It sounds really good as well that it is the opposite of 31, and that's my favorite number. 17, that's a really good number too, and so is 4. And of course, so is 10, 20, 30, and the multiples of 10. But the only crazy thing about it is when someone sitting next to me sets the volume to that kind of number, then I do get a sense that my mind is just being ruled like a president of a country. But yeah, I can pretty easily say that I don't have any number that I hate. There are some numbers that I don't really like, but I don't have a prejudice against any number at all. Not even 0. Not even minus numbers. No. However, I do have a preference of when I would set the volume on certain numbers, depending on what they end with. And for me, I would rather have my volume on a number that ends in 1 or 3. I don't know why, but that's just the case. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy this story time video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Have a good day.